But let's dive right in and find out which bottles make the best gifts. The most popular water bottles today are without a doubt dual wall stainless steel vacuum insulated bottles. You've probably seen the marketing about how they keep hot drinks hot and cold drinks cold for hours upon hours. And honestly, they do work really well. So for a safe bet, just stick to stainless steel. For Gen Z, Owala is a great choice right now. These bottles are extremely trendy. And the free sip lid is honestly pretty cool because it has a combination straw and spout, so you can choose to sip or chug from it really easily. Just a heads up, if you haven't seen them before, the color combinations are pretty wild, so just be aware of that going into it. But for younger audiences who are into stylish trends and things like that, this can be a great choice. And more you see younger people focusing on their environmental impact and reducing plastic use. So consider getting a stainless steel straw replacement like this one from Koala Straw. For Millenials and Gen X, a lot of times Stanley, Yeti, and Hydro Flask can be safer options. Stanley's Quencher has been a hit for years, especially with women and middle-aged moms. It has a tapered base so it fits in cup holders, and it has a big handle on the side, and the straw doesn't require you to flip it up to take a sip each time. Yetis are almost always a safe bet for men, especially if they're into hunting or fishing. One look at Yeti's website will tell you that that's really the core of their marketing focus. And Hydro Flasks are more of a gender-neutral option, and they're really good for anybody who's into the outdoors and hiking and going to national parks and that kind of thing. Now, when you move on to baby boomers, a lot of times ease of use becomes more of a priority. Obviously, this varies from person to person, but the fact is that a lot of these bottles are very big and unwieldy to use all the time, and they can be difficult to clean. So for someone who might have difficulties with things like that, it could be a better option to go with a simple tumbler. Yeti is really well known for these, but honestly, you can pick any brand and they will probably have a tumbler like this. Now let's break it down by hobbies. For the hiker in your life, Hydro Flask, like I mentioned, is a great choice. I personally wouldn't recommend a Stanley Quencher for someone who likes to hike a lot, because I find that side-mounted handle is not as easy to use for long hikes as a top-mounted one like you get with most Hydro Flask bottles. But if they would want a Stanley, you might want to consider the Ice Flow, because that could be a good alternative. And a lot of people love Yetis for hiking because they're so durable and dent resistant, but that also makes them heavier, so in my opinion, Yetis are also not the best choice for hiking. For a gym rat, Owala can be a great choice because of that free sip lid, which lets them take a sip or chug depending on how much hydration they need. Stanley's Quencher is also a much better option for going to the gym because that side-mounted handle is pretty convenient if you're just taking it from one workout station to the next. For a workaholic or commuter, a lot of people love Yeti's Rambler with the hot shot lid. Personally, I prefer Hydro Flask's Flex Sip because it has a handle on top. And for someone who loves staying on top of trends, Owala's bold and very interesting color combinations make it a really good choice right now. And Stanley is certainly trendy as well, and it has received its own share of viral moments over the last few years, including surviving a car fire. But if that person is more of a minimalist who doesn't like to stand out with their style as much, you might want to go with something like Hydro Flask or Yeti instead. They have a more traditional look and a cleaner aesthetic that's honestly pretty hard to beat. And it goes without saying that pretty much all of this is based on stereotypes, but I'm okay saying it because if you look at these bottle brand websites, you can tell pretty much right away who they're marketing to, so I'm just passing along that information. Let me know in the comments which bottle you go with. Links are in the description, and a big thanks if you use one to make a purchase. It really does help our channel out and it doesn't cost you any extra. Thanks again and happy hydrating.